Hi guys, this video is about how to draw thumbnail sketches to create positive and negative space studies. What you're going to need is a sheet of printer paper, pencil, and eraser, as well as your artifact photo, preferably visible on your computer screen so it's nice and large. What we're going to do first is draw some bounding boxes to represent the edges of our paper. So these are small sketches, right? Start with a vertical line straight up and down. That's about 2 inches long. You want to take that line, split it in half, and then split those halves into quarters. All right. Once you do that, take your pencil and measure out 3 of those quarters. Okay. You do that by laying it up against the line. The tip of the pencil is aligned with that 3/4 mark. I grab the pencil over here, aligned with this bottom marking, and I just turn this pencil like that, okay? With my index finger on my other hand, I'm going to point it over here to create a little dot. That way I have a width for this paper bounding box that is a 3 and a height that's a 4. That's the proportions we want, okay? Finish off this rectangle. The reason why we want the 3:4 proportion is because our papers are 9 inches by 12 inches. 9 over 12 reduced is 3 out of 4. Okay, so this is the portrait orientation. We want a second bounding box that's in the landscape orientation. No need to measure out anything fancy. Just use that same measuring technique with the pencil to get the same length line over here. Just rotate it 90 degrees. All right, I put my finger over here where the tip of the pencil is, and with my eye I'm going to keep track of where my grip was. Just make a mark at both points. Okay, and then grab the length over here on this bottom line, turn it right there. Keep track of where my pencil point is, and you can complete this rectangle. This is a 3:4 rectangle in the landscape orientation. Let's go ahead and label those. Once you have these 2 bounding boxes, you want to draw the outermost contour line of your reference image, including your hand as well as your artifact. Okay. The way you draw that is with your eye. You want to pick a place to start. For me, I'm going to start with the underside of my wrist over here. And very, very slowly, okay, you're going to follow the edge of that, of your hand or object. Okay, moving super slow to capture any change in direction. You're going to copy that outer line, okay, the outermost line of both your object, okay, and your hand that's holding it. We're not going to draw anything inside of it. This technique is called contour drawing, where you're going very, very slowly, capturing all the changes in direction, every single detail you possibly can, following the outermost line of both the hand and the object. That's what you end up with. Once you do that, you want to shade the inside of this in down to a 5. Okay. Doing this will enable us, and it'll really make it easier for our brains to identify a figure-ground relationship. Okay. Goal here is to create a study of the positive and negative space. The positive space being the subject of what we're drawing, which is our hand and personal artifact. Okay, and the space around it and anywhere between it, that's the negative space. So here's the thing. I drew that, right? I didn't pay much attention to what my negative space was looking like. But now I can, okay? So here's decision time. You want to take a look at your you want to take a look at your thumbnail sketch, right? The bounding box should be there, but what you have filled in and drawn should be the outermost contour line of your hand and your personal artifact. And then as an example, here's how you want to be thinking. Do I like the fact that I got this much space over here versus a lot more space on the left? Do I like the fact that the negative space, aka the white space, is coming down to a thin sliver over here? Okay, if not, what else would I like? Would I like this stone bowl of mine to be centered on the page? Right now it's kind of towards the right side. So here's the thing. Those are design decisions, okay? And it's important to be using this as an opportunity to start thinking like that. So say I have decided, okay, I do want my stone bowl in the middle of the page. I am not going to redraw this. Okay, I've already shaded it in. It's too much time investment. What I'm going to do instead is scooch my paper over, okay, or the bounding box of my paper. I think I need it to be scooched over about that much. So here, I'm going to draw a new edge for the left side and a new edge for the right side. Okay, then I can complete that rectangle and erase the old edges. And over here you might find, like me over here, I got to fill in this little triangle. See if I like that. Okay. Now that's more towards the middle now, right? The positive space is kind of centered more. I might want to move this down a bit, okay, so that it's more towards this negative space. I might want to scooch it up. But we're not going to move the negative space. We're going to move the negative space, meaning the box, okay? So just a tiny bit down. This is experimenting, guys, okay? There's no right or wrong answers. You're just starting to think about your image in terms of the positive and negative space, seeing if you like the balance, if you like the relative distances. From where I started, I'm liking this more. I like my object and the focus of it more centered. Okay, so the key here is to be intentional about what you're doing. Don't just draw the bounding box and then fill in your contour and just call it a day. Because this is a small sketch, it provides opportunities for us to test things out in a very time-efficient way. So same process for the landscape. I want to draw the outermost contour line of both my hand and the personal object. Okay, go as slowly as you can so you capture all the details you possibly can. Any change in direction, any bumps, ridges, you want to copy those exactly as you see it. And in order to notice them, you got to go slow. All right, now I'm going to shade that in. We are not looking to make realistic images here. We are looking to break this down into its simplest positive, negative space relationship. Black and white. Now that I have that shaded in, it's thinking time. Do I like my hand and object pushed towards the right side? In terms of the landscape orientation, I kind of do, but I think I want it still scooched over a little bit to the right. Okay, so I'm drawing some new edges over here and here to move the bounding box over towards the right side just a little bit. See if I like that a little better. Yeah, there is still a kind of asymmetry where there's more space here versus there, but it's not being pushed all the way, you know, like it was before to the right side. And I like that better. And for here, I think that's all the changes I'm going to make. I do like this asymmetry. It's a little more dynamic, and the kind of sketching I would do in this arrangement versus this, it would be different, okay? Because we have a differently shaped negative space to work with. So that's the quick and dirty about how to draw thumbnail sketches to create positive and negative space studies. Take a picture of what you got, okay? Again, you're not copying what I'm doing. You're just using this as a reference for how to approach your thumbnail. You want to be drawing your hand and your personal artifact in this manner. Take a picture of this, submit it onto Schoology under worksheet 14, and that's it. Good luck, guys.